Welcome back, YouTube. General Soul back with Blood Omen, The Legacy of Kain.
The surface of the castle belied its interior, for it was far larger inside than out. With the powers the Circle had at its disposal, it would have been simple to distort space to accommodate this strange structure.
So we're going to get a lot done in this video, even though it's going to kind of seem like we didn't. But anyway, there are no secrets in this dungeon here, so all we really need to do is go through it to get to the bosses. Yes, plural. Alright, so once you hit that switch, move along. Just be careful of the spikes. Definitely kill these enemies before you move forward, or they will fuck you up. Take your time. And there's us a blood vial. We're getting very close to maxing out our health. In fact, by the end of this video, we will max out our health. Alright, so I don't want to shoot a weapon up because it's going to go for the prisoners instead of who I want. There we go, got him. But still being very particular on where I stand to feed. So, kill him, feed on you there. The pillar is a switch to open the door forward.
The sorcerer's sanctuary, his laboratory. Inside was all manner of items arcane, pickled bodies, dissected corpses, both man and beast, and metal construct that heaved arcs of energy into the air. I sensed more than one force being manipulated in this place. Strange. Rarely did a sorcerer condescend to work with others.
So already Kain is hinting that you've got more than one boss here. But anyway, now that we've done the left side, let's do the right side. And you're just going to have to wait for this spike ball to come down and then move. We can go ahead and drain the blood of this enemy. And then just work your way up, avoiding the spikes best you can. Same here. I was going to make my way around, but then that one came down. The pillar again is a switch. We can feed on that prisoner there. Wait for the spike ball to move back across, and then we can enter the room. Alright, so take your time here. Maybe cross no more than 2 at a time. And you see another blood vial. I am going to go for it. I don't know what forced me to go for the item first, but anyway, we got it all the same. And just wait for the spikes to get out of your way and move on north. Feed on these two. And the spike up top is a switch to open the door to the right. Inside here, more enemies to feed off of, so feel free to do so. We're going to be very close to our Vae Victis trophy after this dungeon. Okay, wait for the spikes to go down. Hit the switch and take the teleporter back. Now the middle door up north is open, so go through. Take either side, does not matter. They will both lead to the same place, and we're going to explore both anyway. Have some items ready, though. Alright, let's just... we can set this thing on fire. The reason it died when it hit me is because of the Chaos Armor. It takes 3 hits in sunlight to kill that thing, but 2 and getting hit will kill it too. Now this is not a secret, but use your mist form to get up here for a blood vial and a rune triangle. Then head back down. Kill this thing real quick. And just be careful of the traps on the wall. Kill this one. And be sure to hit this switch before you check the right side. Now this is why I brought my item here. Just be careful of the spikes on the wall, and you should make it just fine. killed you. Now you're going to have to be very quick to grab this one. I did not think I was close enough to get hit by the spike. And now we can go through the middle door. Avoid the spikes best you can. I don't know why I got hit here. And that actually screwed that area up for me, but we make do. Hit the switch to open the door. Now, you can either follow the spikes there or you can follow the spike balls. It's kind of best to do a combination. And just follow my lead. That one just came back a little too quick for me. And switch down here on the floor. Make our way back towards that door. Just be patient. And go north. From here, best to use the repel spell. And just the spikes that are traveling there, they will still hit you with repel, so just be, that's the only thing you need to worry about. Be quick here. And we've opened the door out of here. And from here, we're going to be able to get 2 pieces of equipment here for that trophy.
How convenient. This armor, wrought with the blood of noblemen, drains the blood from my enemies for me, leaving me to focus on the slaughter at hand.
So you would think that the flesh armor would help you with feedings, because what it does is when you kill an enemy with basically your iron sword or your axes, it will drain their blood, and then you can drain their blood again. So you would think, oh, that's 2 feedings. No, no. Anything from flesh armor does not count towards your feedings. And I'm going to show you that later in the video. Also, flame sword will not trigger flesh armor. And flesh armor can be deadly when you're against enemies that have poison or black blood. So, I don't really care for the flesh armor in terms of its aesthetic, except in certain cases. But for the most part, yeah, I don't really use the flesh armor. I'm just trying to drain these guys before I take him out and then feed off you. And we'll kill you. Like to feed on you. I think we're going to lose that one, yeah. But anyway, feed on you, and there's us a rune triangle. Cool, cool. Getting closer to max impede as well. Once we are done with the flesh armor, go to the other side for a new spell. And this is a spell that I will use every once in a while, but not very often. It is a very powerful spell. Don't get me wrong. You will want Pentalock of Taros here. So use your Pentalock of Taros to kill these 2. That will open this door. Venture inside. Use your Pentalock of Taro to take those 2 out. Go north. And then you're going to, when you see all 4, use your Pentalock of Taro again to kill the last enemies. That will open this door for our new spell.
'Tis a spell worthy of the necromancer himself. This allows me to dissect a creature's soul from its vessel of flesh. For these poor wretches, only oblivion awaits.
So, Spell Death is very powerful. It instantly kills anything that it hits. But I don't really use it that often. I do use it in a few cases, but for the most part, items will do just fine. I'd rather use my magic for feedings. Anyway, we got us another rune triangle, getting even closer to maximum magic, but it will take us longer to get to maximum magic than it will to get to maximum health. Now that we've gone both left and right, we can go down the middle, and we are now ready for our boss fight.
Ah, not 1, but 3. Dejul the Energist, Bane the Druid, and Anacroth the Alchemist. How considerate of them to hasten my search.
So the Scourge of the Circle has arrived!
Fear him not, Bane. He is but a whelp. His soul is ours for the taking.
Don't be ridiculous, Malik. To our aid.
Damn you, alchemist. I had not come this far only to have my quarry escape.
Vengeance. Vengeance for my eternity of suffering.
Whelp! As if you knew what eternity was. Grovel before your true master!
Never. I'll hack you from crotch to gizzard and feed what's left to your brides.
As Vorador clashed against Malik, I gave pursuit to the fleeing wizards, the Jewel and Bane. I danced their dance. When the time came, they would dance upon my sword.
His magic is weak! He is an affront to nature itself! It is our duty to purify him!
Burn, wretched vampire! Burn!
So as you see, I'm keeping repel on and just focus on the druid first, which is this guy that we're focusing on. What he's doing is he's going to random locations and creating water to damage us. If you can hit him quick enough, you will interrupt him from doing that. Unfortunately, he is very, very fast, as you can see, so I do have trouble catching him a few times. But he will start doing like a T-pose animation when he is getting close to death. And eventually he will die. Just keep hitting him. If you need to heal, don't be afraid to use a Heart of Darkness. But you should be fine. We just need the son of a bitch to stand still. So that there, he's T-posing and he's dead. Alright, so we...
The antler headdress had broken in the fight, but power still resided in its ivory form.
Just keep shooting flays, and then you will get this one as well. Pick it up for your trophy.
The cloak was made from an alloy akin to lead, heavy and malleable, woven into fine links. The energy she controlled was stored in this garment.
Take the teleporter out to the right, and you will find Malik's remains, and then once you grab that, go south to immediately go to the pillars.
I found Malik's helmet amongst the scattered remnants of his armor, whole and intact. Vorador had finally laid his old adversary to rest. The helmet of Malik I placed before the Pillar of Conflict. The pillar accepted its offering. Thus, it was restored. The act had taken on the feel of ritual. Isn't it strange how we must bribe our gods to stay? At the foot of the energy pillar, I set the cloak of Dajul. The pillar accepted its offering. Thus, it was restored. The antler headdress of the druid Bane I lay before the nature pillar. The pillar accepted its offering. Thus, it was restored.
You must seek Azimuth the Planar at the heart of Avernus. 3 instruments await you. to aid you in your quest. But first, you must rise, and you must fall, and find your salvation in between.
Once Ariel's done telling you where to go back to Dark Eden. This is a point where you need to start paying attention to your full moon progress. We still have some time. It's still a while away, but we need to start watching for when the full moon is going to come. We're not going to get it in this video, most likely the next one. But return back to Dark Eden. You remember that cave that I talked about when we first entered this section last video? Kind of said we were going to come out of there. Kind of half truth. I got that mixed up. But we are going to take that cave now. Nothing special along the way in terms of secrets. We will get a few things that we need for trophies along the way, but for the most part, many of the things are things that you don't really need to go for unless you want to. 4 shots during the daytime with your flame sword will kill most everything, 3 or 4. There's nothing in the rocks there, so don't bother bringing out your mace to break them. Not worth it. There's nothing inside. Inside this cave, you can use your blood shower to feed on many of the enemies here. Nothing here will poison you or damage you, so feel free. But since we grabbed Spirit Death, that took off Blood Shower, so I'm going to remove Blood Gout, because we don't need that spell. Because Blood Shower is just so much better. Go ahead and use that and feed off of 4. Push one of the rocks forward. Now, be very careful here. Do not push this rock all the way to the end, or else you cannot get all the items. Grab those, and now push the rock to the side so you can grab the remaining items. Head to the right side, and we have 3 more enemies we can feed off of. Nope, 3 or 4. Looks like 4. And last few items, and we can get a little bit of a magic recharge here as well, so grab that. And that is all for this cave. Head back out. Once outside, take out anything you need to, but continue heading towards the south.
Vae Victis!
Push rocks out of the way when you come to them. And we have, you can already see it, our 8th bat beacon. We are getting closer. Ignore this for right now. That is for our next full moon. And then just kill this guy. And again, push rocks out of the way.
Avernus consumed itself before my eyes.
So just like with every other area like that, we can now use bat form to fly over there. But we're going to walk there because there are some secrets along the way that I want to collect. Just continue following the path to the south. And this next section is one of the more annoying sections, because you will need to chop down a lot of trees, but you will also have a lot of black zombies that spawn in on you, along with some other enemies. If you are really good with the axes, feel free to use them throughout this entire section. I do, however, suggest you take off the flesh armor, because everything here is either going to poison you or drain your blood. It's either black or green blood. And if you have flesh armor on using your axes, you will die. You will basically poison yourself to death. Otherwise, if you're not very good with the axes, switch back and forth. But there is a good, 4, 5 trees, 7 trees that we are going to have to cut down along the way. So if that loading screen every few seconds gets on your nerves, equip the axes. Just remember, you cannot use items or spells while you have the axes equipped, and these black zombies will constantly respawn if you use the axes.
The axes.
So, chop down these trees here. Then you can already tell we're going to need wolf form. There's going to be some zombies that are going to spawn just before we get in position to jump, and then there are going to be some zombies on that platform. So be ready again to switch back to vampire with the flame sword and kill these zombies. And there's another reason that I want to kill these zombies as well, because we're about to get to where we can feed on some humans. And we are very, very close to getting the Vae Victis trophy here. So we're going to chop down these trees. These are not the last trees. So don't even think that you're done yet. You're not. Now you could use the axes on the humans to trigger your flesh armor and then feed on them. But what I wanted to do here is I switched to iron sword. I wanted to show you, as I mentioned before, flesh armor doesn't count towards your feedings. So I'm switching to the iron sword to show you proof that it does not count towards feedings. So I'm going to go into my status menu here. Kill this guy, I feed on him with the flesh armor, and then I feed on him. Now we're going to go into our status here because I know I'm very, very close. Go into status, my meals, I am 2 away. So if flesh armor worked, that means the next person I kill should be 2 feedings and I'm done, correct? That's what you would think. So let's see what happens. I missed there, so we'll kill her. That should be 1. This should be Vae Victis. Trophy did not pop. So then I hit this guy, and then I manually feed off of him, and this is where I got Vae Victis. So flesh armor does not count towards feedings. So keep that in mind when you're going for that trophy. Spells do count. Anyway, we have the last 2 sets of trees here. This one, I stupidly forgot that there's another set of trees just to the south of this bat beacon. So I switched back to my flame sword. And then after I got bat beacon number 9 right here, I realized, oh, there's more trees. But we're almost done. We need 4 more bat beacons. We're getting very close to done with the game. Possibly at most 2 more videos. I highly doubt we're going to have a 3rd.
The gate of Avernus opened slowly before me, daring me to cross the threshold. Who was I to reject such an invitation?
Head inside of Avernus, and once inside, there are several items you can get and a few secrets along the way. This is kind of similar to Corhagen, where we will need to enter some buildings and go through some little dungeons to get through this place. But there's going to be lots of feedings here. I'm mostly going to use it whenever there's soldiers around. But yeah, if you don't have Vae Victis yet, you could get it here. Yes, I avoided the northernmost building. Nothing in there that we care about. Few items here, some more feedings. I mean, we don't really care about feedings or mutilations or slayings anymore, so kill things how you want. No longer matters. Alright. Head towards the east. We're going to kill everyone here with a blood shower. Go through this door now. And we'll just set you on fire. I'm not going to waste magic on you. Couple more items. We don't care about what's to the right. There's nothing that we care about there. But if you just absolutely want to set someone on fire or drink their blood, feel free. But I'm not going to waste the time. Alright, up here, grab this implode and enter this building. And inside here, I grab a few more items. There is a butcher right here that we're going to need to kill. Somehow he hit me even though he didn't swing. And then just leave the room. We're done here. If they're not triggered to aggroed on me, then I'm not going to bother with my magic. Go through this building first. I tried to be nice here and leave these people alive. They ended up just getting in my way, so just kill them. Sitting there is like, I'm gonna kill you if you don't get out of my way. Little magic refill, and I'm just like, no, fuck you guys. Okay, to move along, once you've got all the items you want, go through this building. Kill the knights. And then move through, and we are going to go through some sewers. Now the sewers are dark. This one is probably the more light sewer than the others. But there are liches and shadows in here. We will need Mistform to cross. When you get on dry land here, there is a shadow moving about. He's kind of hard to see. If you're having trouble seeing the shadows, feel free to use your light spell. But if you can see the shadow, probably don't waste the magic. Alright, there are 2 shadows, one on each side. And there are 2 liches, one on each side. And unfortunately I'm too close to hit this guy, so I had to move up a little bit, which put me in range of getting hit by them. But now we can kill him. Mistform across. And turn off Mistform to save on some magic. And shoot 2 flay. Well, there was a shadow right there coming at me, so the first flay went for the shadow. Stand about right here. There are two liches, one north, one south. They should just lock on and kill each one. And cross here. And you're going to want to come around the corner so that your flays will notice the lich. If it attacks, go back around the corner to avoid damage. And that is this sewer done. Now once we come out of this sewer, we're going to start having some new enemies. Obviously not shadows. Once we come outside, we're going to get some new enemies and some new dialogue from Kain.
The city was paved in blood and flesh. Yet what would have appalled me in life only tempted me in death. Once I would have felt horror. Now only hunger remained.
You do not want to drink these enemies' blood, and I decided to show off soul death here.
Before me. Whatever hand slaughtered its people ravaged the city as well. The beast paused for a moment, drooling in anticipation of the fine meal he saw before him. To his disappointment, he would not find me such easy prey.
Okay, we do not care about the tavern. Use Mistform right here to go through here. Kill the enemies however you wish. I kind of wish I hadn't used my magic, but this is a secret. Grabbing that item and use Mistform again to go through this door. Actually, you won't see the crack at the bottom. Then go down to enter more sewers. And this sewer is going to be the reason that I wish I hadn't used Soul Death on those enemies, because this one is very dark. So use light. And you're going to want a Penalock of Tarot equipped, and you're going to use a lot of Mistform. Okay, come across here to about right there so that you can see all the enemies. Get out of Mistform, use a Penalock of Tarot, kill them, and then Mistform. We're going to go to the west. Again, get towards some dry land. Use a Penalock of Tarot to kill the 2 enemies. And use Mist Form again to go north. Then we're going left. Just follow this path. Ignore the north here. Go left. No more enemies to worry about on the path we're taking. And venture upstairs here. And there's a crack in the wall. Go through the crack. And get in the corner. Get out of Mist Form. Use a Penalock of Tarot to kill these demons. And secrets are in here. Actually, that wasn't a secret, I don't think. I'm going to have to double check that one. I don't think I marked that one. If I didn't mark it, that's not a secret, so ignore that. Now here's where I'm really regretting using my Soul Death spell, because I'm going to end up using some energy banks because I just run out of magic. And I'm going to end up running out of magic in some very bad spots. Ignore these enemies. Just run past them. Run past them. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, I'm out of magic now. And I'm in the middle of the water. Alright, so I'm going to have to start using some energy banks. And I don't have them equipped right now. So I'm going to have to replace something. I guess for the most part right now, the one I'm using the least is the flays. If I need them, I'll put them back on. Alright, use an energy bank here. And get ready with the light spell. Well, use the energy bank at least. Now, go to the light spell. Now, equip the Penalock of Tarot. And now, go to Mist Form. Okay, remember, 20 seconds. I do get caught in the middle of the water a lot. We do need to kill these 2. They are blocking a secret. So, Penalock of Tarot, go across. I probably should have been in Mist Form, but I didn't. Grab the Heart of Darkness for a secret. You don't even have to grab it, just walk over it. And crap. Crap. Alright, another energy bank. I am just getting in a hurry with everything. Okay, so you need Mist Form to go south because it is a gate inside here. Now I don't... Okay, so you see how much our moon is. We still have a while. Not quite an hour. So definitely next video we will be going to our next full moon phase. But right now we're good. Alright, Mist Form. I don't know why I wasn't taking damage that entire time standing there. Here is an implode right here. Grab it. Of course this is where I run out of fucking magic. Of course Kain won't look up to hit the slime. Yeah, I made this hard because I just had to show off soul death. Anyway. Follow the path. Go right. Be ready. Yeah. We don't need to go that way, actually. We are going to have to go that way because this is a dead end. So, fun. And, of course, I was trying to get to that other body of dry land. And the game just was like, nah, you're in the middle of water. This is the perfect time to end. I probably should have stayed on the dry land to the left, but I decided to stand right in front of it instead and took a couple of hits that I didn't need to. So we're going to use some Hearts of Darkness because we're kind of running low and we don't really have anything to feed on. Besides, there's still a crap ton of Hearts of Darkness that I can grab, and I won't even be able to because I am maxed out, so might as well give me a reason to grab some. Alright, Secret 81 is that slow time. You just need to grab it. or at least walk over the card, and that will be your next secret. I find it interesting whenever my energy bank wore out, I didn't lose the light spell. Anyway, over here is an implode. Can I make it to dry land before... Nope. Okay, so Penelocatero here. I'm not even going to bother with the light spell anymore because we're almost out of here. I am going to use an energy bank because I do need mist form. So, don't need to feed. And here is our exit. Yeah, not fun. Alright, so we need mist form still to go through this crack. And once inside this room, we have another demon to kill. So, Penelocatero. Go into the northern room for Secret 82. And we can leave this house now. And Penelocatero the demon. We got some shadows. Just kill them with your flame sword. Don't want to go that way. We want to head this way. Kill the shadows. Penelocatero the demon. I don't know why I didn't. Alright. Come on across. Go north. And this is our next dungeon. And we just broke the game there. Killing 3 with Penelocatero apparently is too much for the game to handle back in the PS1 days. Alright, but if you go to each side, you can get some items before we go inside. Now, unfortunately, this place is got a lot of stuff to do inside. I wanted to complete this next dungeon in this video. We are not going to get it done. We're going to, close to the end, we're going to run out of time. So this dungeon will be finished in the next video, unfortunately. I thought I had enough time to do this dungeon. But I probably would have if I hadn't done my strategy that I ended up doing here. Alright. Blood shower these two.
Spiked mace. Avernus was a religious autocracy, with the cathedral as its dais of power. Though the city lay in ruins, the cathedral remained untouched. The demons knew better than to bite the hand that feeds them.
I decided to use the Iron Mace for right now to kill these guys so that I can feed, since I don't have Blood Shower available. And what you're going to end up seeing me do, and this is probably what makes this place take so long, is I'm abusing the flesh armor on the ghosts of the enemies that I'm killing now. I end up feeding on them twice with the flesh armor to get more magic, because there's not really any magic refills here. Anyway, hit this switch to open the door on the right so that we can actually start this dungeon. Inside here, kill the flame mage. You will want Penelocatero equipped. And I'm switching to the Iron Sword now for the ghost, because the Iron Mace does not count on the flesh armor. Alright, run to the corner and use a Penelocatero. If you run to this northern corner, you can hit both demons. Be sure to hit this switch before you teleport out. Once out, here is a blood vial. We are going to have maximum blood at the end of, not even at the end, before we even finish this video, we will have max blood. So at night it takes 3 hits with the iron sword to kill these ghost sorcerers. During the day it will take 4. But quick way to just refill magic. Go through the teleporter here. Hit this switch and then go back through. And we're going to use Blood Shower here. And head north to this teleporter. There's another sorcerer there, so we're going to use Blood Shower on him again. Get ready with Penelocatero. Okay, you want to hit the first and third switch. Leave the middle alone. And then Penelocatero this demon. Take the teleporter. Kill the ghost to refill your magic. Yeah, it turned day on me, so I'm like, wait, 3 didn't work. Oh yeah, it's daytime. I swung at him 4 times, I don't know. Go around the sides to avoid the teleporter, that way we don't accidentally go through it. Because I'm taking my sweet time feeding twice anyway. Yeah, I hit him like 6 times. Why the hell did it take so long on him? Anyway, now we're done with the right side. Go to the left. Yeah, and you also notice that you don't quite get as much with the flesh armor as you do just draining them. Anyway, north, and be ready to drain this guy. I don't know how many swings with the iron sword it's going to take to kill him normally, but I'm not going to find out. And feed off of these. And we're apparently getting someone off screen too, so that's cool. Okay. Now, I tried to just go through the teleporter before the demon could hit me, and yeah, that didn't work out, so don't do that. Just use a Penelocatero. Okay, the little statue here opens the door to the south, and we can get a rune triangle. Take this teleporter back, hit the switch. That opens the door to the south. Be ready with the Penelocatero. And teleport again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hits. Take this one. I need him to come down. Or be angled, that's fine. So I can refill some magic here. With that, we are done with the sides and we can enter the middle chamber. We're getting close. Now, if you don't want to do the flesh armor and iron sword like I am, and you just don't have the patience that I do, 2 swings of your flame sword will kill these sorcerers. No problem, no questions asked. So if you don't care about feeding to refill your magic or anything, you can make do with the flame sword and Penelocatero. Penelocatero this guy. We have a couple of hearts of darkness and a magic refill. Woohoo! The lit up statue is a switch. Then go back through the teleporter. This guy is going to be waiting right there, so be sure to take him out again. Well, he's kind of ignoring us until we get up close to hit him. And be ready with Blood Shower. There's going to be quite a few enemies here we can drain, except for this guy. He's one of the ones we got from the side. Alright, we are in the main chamber here. Go up the middle. Blood shower. Blood shower. We have a rune triangle and a blood vial. More blood shower. Grab those two. So, I'm kind of exploring around here. You see there's lots of locked doors, closed doors, and teleporters. Blood shower. But nothing that we can actually do right now. But what we want to do is head towards this teleporter to start us off. Alright, so we have us a sorcerer to drain. Head through this teleporter. Run to the corner, Penelocatero. Run to the corner, Penelocatero. Woo! This teleporter. Is this the one? Okay, this wasn't the one I was thinking of. There is one where it's like you go through one room, Peneloc demon coming at you, run to the corner, Penelocatero, then you do it again. Alright, refill my magic here. But now the door just to the north of us is open. We have another sorcerer, so I'm going to blood shower. Blood shower. And go through this teleporter. This might be the one I'm thinking of. Run to the corner. Penelocatero teleporter. And I think, yes, this is the one. Run to the corner. Penelocatero. Fuck this game. Hit the switch before you take the teleporter out, or you'll have to do it again. That is not fair. He is spawn camping, and you have no time to respond. Alright, we are done with that, so now we can go... We could go into the middle. But before we do that, take this door to the left. This will lead you to the ultimate weapon of the game. It's not going to be one that I'm going to use very often. We do have a blood vial here, and I'm going to explain why we're not going to use the ultimate weapon. Well, I might as well just explain here. Now, this area is a lot of spike traps and Seraphan. So, if you want to use Repel, go ahead. I'm not even going to bother with the iron sword. We're just going to use the flame sword and move forward. Now, if you're careful with your placement, you can avoid all the spike traps. I do get hit here every once in a while. Seraphan give blue blood, so they will refill some magic, but you are still going to be using magic to get your magic. The stairs give an ice effect. If you stop, you will slide down, so they act like you're on ice. Pretty linear movement here. After you take out these two Seraphan, continue up, and when you get up to this section here, you will find a blood vial. I believe this is the 28th one. And if I am counting correct, that is max health. There are still more blood vials. Yeah, that was 28, because we're about to go for number 29. And you're going to notice that our blood is not increasing. So we are at max health now. We cannot gain any more life. We can still collect them, so there are more than enough to max out your health. You do need more rune triangles to max out your magic than you do blood vials for your health. But now, for me at least, blood vials are absolutely worthless because we have maxed out our health. I will still go ahead and collect them for anyone who is not following exactly how this guide works, so that if you still need one or two, you can get them. Anyway, head this way to the teleporter to the next section. And go down. Ignore the enemy there. They're not going to be able to hit us from here. and just follow the path. Very, very linear, of course. Just avoid the arrows. If you are having trouble avoiding arrows and are taking a lot of damage, do not feel ashamed of using repel. Kill that Seraphan before you venture up the stairs. Yeah, these stairs are very, very slippery. They do not want you going up. Kill that Seraphan before we venture forth. And take this teleporter here. We're almost done with this video, but we're not done with this dungeon yet. Alright, so it's only this teleporter here, so take it. Now in this section, this is a bit of a puzzle. Follow my pathing. If you need to, pause the video and follow my pathing exactly. Otherwise, this is a maze. If you take the wrong teleporter, you're going to go who knows where. But if you follow my path, you will get to the end very quickly. And we're done. And for doing that, taking this teleporter will take us to the ultimate weapon, the Soul Reaver.
Time fades even legend, and the origin of Soul Reaver has been lost long ago. But its purpose remains, to feed on the souls of any creature it strikes. Kindred, this blade and I.
So the Soul Reaver is very powerful, but it has a couple of weaknesses that I do not like. 1, you must equip it with both hands, so you cannot use items or magic. 2, every time you hit an enemy, it uses up some of your magic, and once you run out of magic, it is just as powerful as the Iron Sword. I will use it a few times, but because of the limitations of the Soul Reaver, I consider the Flame Sword to be the better weapon. So I will still stick with the Flame Sword for the most part. There are going to be a few spots here and there that I will use the Soul Reaver. Now, I actually forgot about a secret over here that we could have gotten earlier. So if you head back into this room, there's a door right here. I forgot about this one. Cross the bridge for your 83rd secret. In the next room is going to be a bunch of items, especially Hearts of Darkness. So if you need to heal, go ahead and use some Hearts of Darkness so you can collect a few more. And in the next room going north, we're going to hear a name. It is a name of a character that is going to become very important in future games of the series. That's all I will say. And if you have played through the entire series and know what I'm talking about, don't spoil it. You can say, I know what you're talking about.
And Hashak Gix spoke unto the world, and all who heard trembled. Bring me your firstborn, and shed their blood upon the altar of the world, so that I may take nourishment from them. Do this without question, or suffer my wrath for eternity. And its will was done.
So I would like to finish this dungeon in this video, but we are running short on time, and I'm not going to have enough time to go through the next part that I need and then fight the boss. So we're going to end it here in just a moment. So if you are enjoying the walkthrough so far, drop a like. Feel free to subscribe for more. And I will see you guys next time for some more Blood Omen, The Legacy of Kain.